let me go to Trump announcing his 10-step plan to dismantle the deep state. Listen to this. If you haven't heard it, you're going to love this.
Here's my plan to dismantle the deep state and reclaim our democracy from Washington corruption once and for all. And corruption it is. First, I will immediately reissue my 2020 executive order restoring the president's authority to remove rogue bureaucrats, and I will wield that power very aggressively. Second, we will clean out all of the corrupt actors in our national security and intelligence apparatus, and there are plenty of them. The departments and agencies that have been weaponized will be completely overhauled so that faceless bureaucrats will never again be able to target and persecute conservatives, Christians, or the left's political enemies, which they're doing now at a level that nobody can believe even possible. Third, we will totally reform FISA courts, which are so corrupt that the judges seemingly do not care when they are lied to in warrant applications. So many judges have seen so many applications that they know were wrong, or at least they must have known. They do nothing about it. They're lied to. Fourth, to expose the hoaxes and abuses of power that have been tearing our country apart, we will establish a Truth and Reconciliation Commission to declassify and publish all documents on deep state spying, censorship, and corruption, and there are plenty of them. Fifth, we will launch a major crackdown on government leakers who collude with the fake news to deliberately weave false narratives and to subvert our government and our democracy. When possible, we will press criminal charges. Sixth, we will make every Inspector General's office independent and physically separated from the departments they oversee so they do not become the protectors of the deep state. Seventh, I will ask Congress to establish an independent auditing system to continually monitor our intelligence agencies to ensure they are not spying on our citizens or running disinformation campaigns against the American people, or that they are not spying on someone's campaign like they spied on my campaign. Eighth, we will continue the effort launched by the Trump administration to move parts of the sprawling federal bureaucracy to new locations outside the Washington swamp. Just as I moved the Bureau of Land Management to Colorado, as many as 100,000 government positions could be moved out, and I mean immediately, of Washington to places filled with patriots who love America, and they really do love America. Ninth, I will work to ban federal bureaucrats from taking jobs at the companies they deal with and that they regulate. So they deal with these companies and they regulate these companies, and then they want to take jobs from these companies. It doesn't work that way. Such a public display cannot go on, and it's taking place all the time, like with Big Pharma. Finally, I will push a constitutional amendment to impose term limits on members of Congress. This is how I will shatter the deep state and restore government that is controlled by the people and for the people. Thank you very much.
Now tell me, what is possibly objectionable about that? Everybody wants term limits, and he's going for a constitutional amendment. Everybody wants it except for the people in Congress. He wants to ban the bureaucrats from going into the businesses that they regulate after they leave government. That's absolutely fantastic. That stops all of this graft and all of this corruption. But Democrats have been asking for that forever. Moving government, breaking it up, and moving it to different parts of the country, I think that's smart just for Homeland Security. I just hope they don't poison the places where they're moving them to. Independent monitoring of the intelligence agency, so they're not spying on Americans. How could you possibly, as a Democrat, how could you possibly be against that? They're not spying on us, and there's no disinformation campaigns, which we know happen. The Inspector General's office of each thing that they monitor, being independent from those institutions. So if I'm monitoring and I'm the Inspector General of the Pentagon, I'm not part of the Pentagon, so I can't be shut down. That is fantastic. How could you possibly be against that? This one is a little, we have to look at the wording. Government leakers, he will fire any government leakers and prosecute where possible if they are trying to subvert the government or working in collusion to give false narratives to the press. Okay, I think I'm for that one, but I want to make sure that leakers and whistleblowers are protected. The FISA courts. Stu, how could you possibly be against that if you're a Democrat? And the Justice Department. Clean up the Justice Department. What was the other one? Going for the Truth and Reconciliation. That's a document dump. Who's against document dumps? I'd like to know exactly what the truth is on all of these things. I want to know. I think this is uniting. Now, the press will make this into, horrible dictatorial stuff, but it's not. If the Biden administration would have done this, I would have been for all of these. Now, what is the problem with them, Stu?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you go through all those proposals, probably the worst thing you can say about them is that several of them are sort of just not particularly interesting to the average person. Like, I think a lot of people don't even know what a FISA court is, right? Like, when you're talking about it from that perspective, they might be good policies, but they're not going to be exciting. And they range from that to the most popular proposals in our public discourse. I mean, you're talking about things like term limits, which, you're talking about 80% popularity around a proposal like that. And the only thing stopping it is Congress. They've been, doing this forever because they're protecting their own gigs. Now, I will say I'm going to be very, very entertained when part of this proposal he floats to taunt the media a third presidential term. That's going to be fun, and I can't wait till he does it because he's going to do it. Well, if senators get 12 years, why wouldn't a president, your favorite president,
right,
why wouldn't he get 12 years? That's coming.
I want him to float the idea of packing the court. I want him to do that just so badly because everybody would be like, you can't do it. That's ridiculous. He's going to control the court forever that way. That's unconstitutional. I'd love him just to float it for about a week and then go, thank you for all of those sound bites. We will use them against you if you ever get in power and try to pack the court. Yeah. Because you clearly know why this is wrong.
Yeah, honestly, I love that approach. I think he comes out, he says, I'm going to start studying those proposals made by the left during the last couple of years. Some of them sound interesting. Let them all get excited and then come back, pull the rug out from under it, and propose something that locks it at 9 forever. Seriously, I mean, this is ridiculous. Let's just set it at 9 and then be done with it. This shouldn't be something that is even talked about. It is a ridiculous manipulation of power. We've seen the left try to do it 100 times. Let's get rid of that one forever. If you're going to go through a constitutional amendment process, check that one in there too.
So some friends of mine sent me a text message between two friends that just came in. And I really, this is mental illness. It really is mental illness. Listen to this exchange via text, okay? Did you all vote Republican? Just trying to figure out who to trust. We voted both ways. We're libertarians. Okay, this is the response. We voted both ways. We're libertarians. Sorry if you feel our choices in this election is needed to end a friendship. I feel like we've trusted one another throughout the years. Unfortunately, no one is perfect in either way that you choose. I hope you can still feel comfortable reaching out to us if you ever need anything and still be friends. Now, this is a long-term friendship. Men are hurting us. They're laughing gleefully at our pain. If you voted Republican, that's all because you're okay with that. Men are hurting us. Could you be more specific? Men are hurting us. Can you also show me where the men are that are laughing in your face? They're holding up signs saying women are property. Could you help me out with that one? Could you show me a picture of those signs?
That one I did see a real estate listing that did list women as property. So that is happening. That one I can confirm,
so
but it's mostly online.
MLS.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. Are your daughters property? Well, they are now.
Huh?
What? Now, this person responds in a way I wouldn't have. I would have saved this one for later because I had too many questions on what she just said, but she said, are you all going to sell the Tesla now? Isn't that supporting Musk and the Republican Party? Mm-hmm. Then the friend responded, I saw your Ted Cruz sign. He wants my child dead.
That was a weird part of his campaign, the whole I want your child dead, vote for me instead of all red chant.
Right.
But it worked. He won.
And then she responded to the Tesla thing. No, we bought it used, and there's no way to escape capitalism right now. But you chose this. You chose to make women property. Whew. Well, I'm sorry that you feel like you have to unfriend us. There were good things on both sides. You hate us. Then if you hate us, then you really never knew us. I hope you get everything you voted for. I hope it all affects you personally. Me too, actually. I hope it affects you too, because it'll be good. You hate me and my child if you voted for people who openly called for our deaths. Who called for your deaths? Please give me, before you break up a long-term friendship, can you please just give me the original source of people calling for your deaths? Now, I'm sure there are people online that have said really crazy things because, honestly, let's go up about 4 paragraphs in what you just sent. You say really crazy things, too. So let's just deal with who said that, when it was said, what the context was, because I've never heard that before. So now we all know. I already knew, but I hope you were able to see what was really happening because you're not stupid. Please forget we exist. I beg you not to talk to anyone about my son who is disabled. We're first on the chopping block. Now, apparently, the son is trans and disabled. Well, you know what? I think there are rules at Auschwitz. Yeah, he would be first. Oh, we don't live in Nazi Germany, do we? Please forget we exist and don't turn us in. Wow, you are 100%. I guess we voted wrong. Sarcasm in the face of my pain? What pain? What pain? Your pain is being caused because you believe lies. If you actually think that Donald Trump wants your trans handicapped child dead, you have no idea. You are so far out of reality. I hope you have a lovely day. God bless you and your family. Typical. I'm not kidding. Please don't hurt us. We don't exist. You don't know us. You're so compassionate with your name calling. And if you believe that, stop texting us. What name did I call you? I will stop, but I didn't call you any names. I did not. I truly hope that you'd see the light because the cruise sign didn't come back. I thought you would care that women are dying. Again, give me a fact. Show me an original source. Where are women dying? We are now literally property of men. You say literally. Show me the source on that. My mistake. You said we were stupid for who we voted for. No, I said you are not stupid, which means you did it with purpose. Oh, so I'm not stupid. I'm just evil, voting knowingly for your child to be killed. May your daughters bleed out in the hospital parking lot now. I hope you have the good sense to be lesbians or childish cat ladies. Again, as I said, you're 100% right. Maybe 4 more years we can be friends. LOL. Women are property now. What the hell is wrong with people?